You ever like lose something at the most like untimely moment when you've got no time to like fix it, but you've got to have it? Well, that's what happened to us last week. Here's the deal. We just sent Ellie away to Michigan for a week and a few days. There's a camp there that she's gone to every year for like, since she was in third or fourth grade. And so we send her back again. It's a camp that they're like really passionate about Jesus. She always comes back really excited about what God's got for her and ready to kind of just like run after, whatever he has. And so it's a big deal. And it's her senior year, last time she can go. So we sent her again, and we sent her a few days early. We sent her like Thursday, a week ago. Mimi and Papa, her, grandma and grandpa, picked her up from the airport, spent a few days with her before camp, and then dropped her off at camp. And that's where she's been this whole last week. And to get her out the door, we had to make sure that she had her essentials. One of the things that she needed was her prescription medicine. And so I'm at work when I get this frantic text message from my wife. I cannot find Ellie's prescription anywhere. Went to the pharmacy. They say they've already given it to us, so they're not going to refill a new prescription for her, but she's got to have this medicine. It's not going to be good if she doesn't have it. I don't know what to do. And she's kind of freaking out because she's trying to take care of her kid. And I'm 25 minutes away, not really anything I can do exactly. So, I sympathize and then try to problem solve a little bit, but she still can't find it. And so I just say, okay, you know what? I'm praying about this right now. Like God knows where that is, and I'm just praying that you find it. I sent that message at 5:21 p.m. At 5:22 p.m., my wife sent me a text with a picture of the prescription bottle and said, oh my gosh, I found it. Now, she'd been looking for this for a long time, right? But she found it. I don't think it's coincidental. In fact, I can't think of anything that I have lost, that I have prayed about, that I haven't found after praying about it. And I know that sounds like crazy and even extreme. I don't have like faith to trust God for all things. I wish I did, but I struggle. I'm like you. I struggle in faith in some things. But on this one thing, I know that like God's got it. I know that there's nothing hidden from him. I know that if I pray about it, we're going to find it if it matters. And man, I can like give you story after story after story. And I've shared stories, right, about finding my wedding ring and other things. This was another one of those. Here's what I want you to catch. God cares about lost things. And we know it's true, and you know it's true, right? And we read about it in scripture. Luke 15, right? There's this story in there, right? It's a trifecta of stories about how God cares about lost things. And there's a story in there about the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son, or the prodigal son. And it's an amazing story about how each of those individuals would go to the greatest extremes in order to find the lost thing. And when the lost thing is found, they like threw these huge ginormous parties that were, like sort of over the top, like kind of didn't even make sense in terms of how much value they put on the thing that they had lost and how much they spent on the celebration of that thing. But there's a point that Jesus is making, and that's that lost things matter, and the one really matters. And that's something we talk about around here all the time. And Connections is about making sure that there isn't anyone who walks through our doors who leaves feeling like they are distant, unloved, there's not a place for them. In fact, it's the opposite, right? We want everybody who walks through our doors to know that, hey, we're excited that you're here. You matter. You matter to us because you matter to Jesus. You matter to us because everybody spends eternity somewhere, and we want to do everything we can to populate heaven, to plunder hell, to make it as hard as possible for anybody to spend any time away from Jesus and be comfortable, and on the contrary, that they would find love and acceptance and a warm reception from Jesus and from his people. That's you and me. So this Sunday, I want to just encourage you, throw all in, right? Look for the person who's far away, but not just Sunday. Do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all through the week. In fact, let that be just your lifestyle, that you care enough about lost people, about lost things, that you bring it to the Lord in prayer, and then that you get out there and you do something about it, just like the parables. Check it out in Luke 15. Hey, that's this week's message. I'm not going to be there this week. Courtney will be there. Our new assistant director, Jenny Philpott, will be there out at Steiner. Really excited as we get ready to launch Leander. There's some big things coming up. Leander launches on August 21st. We've got some soft launches coming up before that. And then the other thing And this bird is like getting excited about this too, right? Can you hear that? The other thing that I want you to know is that we have got a team training coming up in just a few weeks on Saturday, August 13th from 9 to 11 at Lakeline for the Leander and the Lakeline locations, and from 10 to 12 at Steiner for our Steiner location. It's going to be an awesome training. We're going to bring some really practical training to you and some, like helpful for Sunday morning stuff, but also really helpful for your walk with God. We're gonna have good food, a good time. Please mark your calendar. We don't ask you to come to a lot of trainings, but this is a really important one. So please mark your calendar, do everything you can to clear it to be there, and go one step further. Start praying right now for who else needs to be at that meeting and invite them to come on out. All right, so we look forward to seeing you there. There's a link to register for it. You'll see this link down below here, and we want to encourage you to please go ahead, do that, and plan on being at that training. We can't wait to see you. Hey, I'll be back soon. I can't wait to see you, tell you a little bit about what God did as we got to chat with the grandmas, and I promise you that it's going to be a great, great Sunday this Sunday for the one. Take care. Bye.